voltage to the pump. So that means no fuel. It's going to be the relay. And of course, the relay is behind the fuse block there, which is actually, the relay is soldered to a frickin', to a circuit board. So I could either buy the relay, which is like $5, solder it in, or I can buy a new one, which the whole circuit board is $400 and almost $500. So time to pull that apart and see if I could solder it. See what happens as they heat up, and eventually they melt the solder on the circuit board. My guess is maybe because the fuel pump is pulling a lot of amps and maybe heating up, but as soon as it cools down, it turns back on. So I could probably fix it, just have to fix the solder in it. So let's dig into that. Okay, once you pull this panel out, of course, all the clips, see there's one hole there, one here, and across all the way. You also have to remove the seat belt, which is the Torx. See that? So here's the seat belt. Once you remove that, then you get to your panel. And now I need to find out what wire goes to the pump. So I'm going to start pulling all this off and ohm them out and see which wire it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap off of the wire and put another relay, because there's a relay that's on a circuit board in here, and what happens is it heats up and shuts off. So what happens is it heats up and the circuit board, the solder is coming undone on the relay on the supply side to the pump. So that's what they say on the internet. Common problem. If you look these up, yep, they sell the whole thing, which is this, for $425 through AutoHouse AZ. So either bypass it so you never have this problem again, because it's a common problem, and put an existing relay, tap off of the circuit to feed your relay signal circuit that goes to the pump. Just use that as a signal circuit, then set it on ohms. Take the other end of the lead, and I traced it out. So it's this white wire, see the white harness? So there's 3 white harness. There's the one on the top, see that? One there, one here, and this one, which clips in back here. I'm sorry, right here. See? Clips in right there. So to take it out, all you do, push this tab in. Push this tab in, so it's on this side. push in with your pointer finger, pull it straight out. So then you want to find the wire that goes from the fuel pump to here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bypass the relay that's on the circuit board in here. What's happening is the fuel pump gets hot, and the terminal that goes to this wire on the circuit board heats up and kind of melts the solder, so it loses connection. So I'm going to bypass it and put a 30 amp relay, so I'm going to use this as the signal to turn it on and off. So your power wire to the pump is the white one with the blue stripe. So just stick your multimeter in there. Make sure your ground goes straight to your battery cables, so you got a really good ground. This way you can monitor the voltage coming to the pump, and sure enough, the pump. Okay, so you can hear that the pump is running. You hear it? Okay, so the car's been running for 20 minutes, no issues. Voltage has been consistent. So my guess is the fuel pump, of course, heating up the relay that's on the circuit board that's built inside of this fuse box there. So I went ahead and put one of the fuses here. Wow, you can feel that actually kicking some heat there. Maybe need to step it up a notch to like a 30 amp. But I could see why that circuit board would definitely cook, and the terminal would come loose. So this is how I have it set up here. So this way you don't even have to worry about messing with the taking this all apart or replacing it. There always should be an external relay on a fuel pump. I mean, whoever thought of this, man, the engineering guy must have been a fucking stoner or something. Yeah, we're gonna fuck you guys real good. Yeah, we'll put it in here, and then you have to pay $500 for this fucking thing, and then another $700 to install it. So for you guys that are handy with electronics and whatnot, I'm gonna put connectors on here. I just wanted to do this just to make sure I had no problems with voltage, and this way I don't have to keep cutting. So this is a very good ground right there. You see that? A very good ground. So that's my ground wire for the coil side. See, coil. And then the other yellow one goes into the wire. See that? Which is that greenish color white wire that I showed you before. So you cut that wire and basically hook it up to the coil side. That's the signal side. So the signal comes in here, goes in through the coil of the relay. This goes around, goes to ground. Then you have your fuse. You buy one of these. It's already hooked up to the fuel pump. So I might even put a 30. It's getting pretty hot. Let me feel the wire. Yeah, the wire's not bad. Probably do a 30. less resistance on that pump, man, and burn it up. So, but yeah, the wire's not bad. It's just warm right here. So, I'm sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. So, power side from the fuse, which is the second one up, which is your fuel pump. So now you got power to it. Goes to there. And then the outside of the relay, the blue, goes to your wire. See? It's like a greenish color, white. So it's striped blue or green. I can't fucking see from here. But it's that bottom harness down there. That's the one you want to tap off of. See that? So once you do that, you're golden. This way the relay's doing all the work. Oh yeah, fuck is that thing hot. You can't even touch this thing, man. That thing's like burning hot. So either the fuel pump is gonna take a shit. Wonder how much resistance, I'm sorry, amps this thing is drawing. Let's see. Okay, so I went ahead and dropped a 30 amp fuse in it. So this is the original fuse for the fuel pump control. So this one here is the add-on. See? It's not nearly as hot as it was before. So the 30 amp I would suggest putting for the fuel pump. Yeah, see? I barely even feel any heat coming off of that thing now. So less resistance. So even the relay isn't as nearly as hot. So a little extra current going through there. I did notice it looks like it went up a little bit in amps and then it comes back down. So I'm at 4 now, so it's actually better, less resistance. So now I got 0.4 to 5, so a half an amp. See? But before it was all 5 and now it's 4. Let's go on the other side of the blue wire, which goes up and to the pump. So half an amp, but it's definitely cooler. So having the 30 amp for the fuel pumps, even the wires aren't even warm. Yeah, wire's not even warm. This one's a little warm. That one's a little warm. More towards the base of this. It's a little warm, but yeah, this relay isn't nearly as hot as it was before. I mean, I could barely even touch it before. So it's pretty good now. So, yep, car's running like a champ. Okay, so curious how much amps is drawing on the coil side. So here's your signal power coming through, going through the coil, and this goes straight to ground. So basically the fuel pump is drawing 0.4. See that? Go to the other side, which is the supply side to the pump. 0.4. Now if you go to the coil, 0. That's what's nice about using relays, because you have power coming into the relay, sits right here. When you get your signal power comes in, opens up the relay, then your signal goes back 12 volts to your pump. So it's nice to have a relay. I don't know why they put relays on boards. There's a board in here, because the board will get so hot and then the solder just kind of cracks where the soldering point is. So when that happens, guys, you can do this with the relay. That's what happened to me. My car would stall. You've seen it in the beginning of the video. There always will be 12 volts there unless that relay gets so badly corroded and it doesn't make contact anymore. Just to transfer that 12 volts through that relay that's inside on this board. So in that case, one of the soldering terminals just ended up getting weak, and when it heats up it just loses voltage, probably create way too much amps on the draw, and that would eventually burn up your pump. So we're not going to have this problem now with the separate relay. And let's see, yeah, see, it's not as hot as it used to be, so I went to a 30 amp on that. But just good information, guys. Hope that helps you. Now you have a fuel pump relay external, so you don't ever have to worry about this situation again.